So Blue Gate might just be my absolute favorite map currently in Arc Raiders. It's aesthetically pleasing, pretty easy to traverse, offers good PvP and PvE for whichever you prefer, and lastly, it has a diverse range of unique POIs to explore throughout the map. For today's video, we'll be taking a closer look at two of these points of interest in particular, these being the Ancient Fort and Raiders Refuge. Despite being across the map from one another, these two places do share some common ground, as they both offer opportunities for key room quality loot without needing a key itself. Which is really amazing news if your luck is anything like mine and you probably don't find too many keys for locked doors lying around. How is this possible, you might ask? Well, both of these locations have a bunker of loot just waiting to be claimed by anyone that can solve their respective puzzles. Both of which can be done pretty simply with just a little time and a little know-how, and that's what I'll be showing you all today. Before we dive into these puzzles, I have a quick puzzle of my own. I am curious to why most of you watching right now are not subscribed. If you're among the non-subscribed in question here, please consider hitting that button as it really does help the channel out and allows me to continue making videos just like this. Okay, shameless plug over, let's jump into the fort. Up first, we're going to take our focus down to the southwest part of the map to a war-torn ancient fort and its surrounding ruins. Once you make it here, go to the back side of the fort on the east-northeast side and you'll see the bunker with wires running to it and 3 lights on top. The puzzle here is that there will be 3 fuel cells lying around the area that you need to locate and carry back to specific spots on the bunker to activate and unlock the door. There are about 10 different possible spawn locations atop wooden pallets that are scattered throughout the fort itself and the surrounding various ruins. So just run around until you find one, and then very similarly to delivering caches to a fuel depot, you will pick up the fuel cell and lug it over to one of the 3 activators. They can be done in any order, but for the sake of this video, I will work from the outside in. The first delivery location is here on the outside of the fort on the south side. When you place the fuel cell in, you will hear this sound, which means you've successfully done it and the first lock is unlocked. Usually this is the first one I do anyway, just because the other 2 require going inside and walking up some steps, which nobody got time for that. But when you do have time for that, the next one is located in the fort, upstairs on the 2nd tier. This is also probably a good time to call out that just be careful when carrying the fuel cells around, as there usually is a ton of ARC and or other players around, and you're obviously very vulnerable if you're caught out holding a battery instead of your gun. But once you are safe, carry the cell up to here, and you will hear the sound of the 2nd lock opening. Finally, locate the last cell and carry it to the final activator, which is located even further up into the fort on the 3rd tier in this ladder room. Once placed, you will hear the unlock sound again, followed by the unlocking of the bunker door itself. All 3 lights will now be lit up, and the door unlocked, and the loot is yours. Once you drop down, you will find a gun crate that's always there, along with several other drawers, cabinets, and various other knickknacks to search and loot. And there you have it. You have conquered the fort, now over to Raiders Refuge. The second location takes us over to the west side of Blue Gate, where we can find Raiders Refuge, a church-like beacon at the top of a dense forest. This time you will want to go to the east side of the building and you will find the bunker in question. This time with 4 lights atop representing the 4-part puzzle ahead of you. Instead of carrying fuel cells like at the fort, this puzzle involves finding and pressing 4 buttons that are hiding in or around Raiders Refuge or a few of the nearby ruined houses. There are nearly 20 different locations that the buttons can spawn at, so there's a bit of element of RNG to how quickly you can run this on any given raid. But after some practice, you will start learning where to look, and it becomes easier and easier for you and or your squad to unlock and get rewarded. Some of the buttons are in obvious spots, such as this one inside the doorway opening next to the bunker. Here's how they sound when pressed. And here's how you feel when you press them. And then it's just as simple as searching around until you find them all. You will want to go to the roof and up to this little attic room, mainly because there are 4 possible spawn locations here, either on or beneath the floorboards, or tucked over behind this dresser here. But you also want to come up here because there's a chance for a gun crate on the floor if you're lucky enough. Make sure to check these couple of inside ledges as they have a chance to spawn here, or either in or on the side of the steeple. Just be careful when you're up on the steeple because I can't tell you how many times I've fallen through the ladder hole and lost half my health. More often than not, there will be at least one spawn around the perimeter ground level of the building. So it's just good practice to do a quick run around, making sure to check between or under every nook and cranny so you don't miss buttons like this one, tucked under the wood debris. Also, while we're at it, here's possibly one of the most cheeky locations the button can be. This one took me and my team an embarrassingly long amount of time to finally find. But if it is here, you can fall down to this ledge from the roof and press it while jumping down off of it. I've only seen it here a couple of times, so I think this is relatively rare, but this is why you subscribe to this channel, for elite game knowledge like this. Okay, so if after searching the entirety of Raiders and you're still missing a button or two, it's then time to venture out a bit to the surrounding buildings. Buttons have a chance of spawning in the broken house that the attic zipline goes to, here on the northwest side. This little two-tiered ruined building just out to the east. Or mainly you will want to come up to this broken house slightly past that, up on the hill, because this spot has multiple potential button spawns, either inside the house under the floorboards, or sometimes behind the building here next to this cage. But primarily you want to always check this spot regardless, because there's a ladder down to a basement that also has a button spawn point, but more often than not, you will also have a gun crate down here. Also, there's a set of lockers down here, which if you're a true raider like myself, you know contains the best loot in the game. So finally, after locating the 4 buttons and turning all 4 lights green, you will hear the same successful bunker unlocking sound as the fort, and then all your hard work will be rewarded with a stacked loot room. Of course, you'll have the typical gun crate you'd expect, as well as multiple dressers, bags, containers to loot. But this spot also contains a security breach locker, which even after the big nerf, still adds a nice bonus to this free bunker if you or one of your squad mates have spec'd into it. It's very common to leave this room with multiple purples and some great loot, so just make sure on your way out of the bunker you're keeping an eye out for any would-be campers trying to get the drop on you. And that's that. Go enjoy the loot and let me know down in the comment section if you have any questions or you think I missed anything crucial. For Raiders Refuge in particular, I tried to call out some of the trickier locations the buttons could be, but I'm also going to include a link in the description to an interactive map of Blue Gate as a whole that you all can use as an additional reference. I'll have more informative videos like this coming out soon on some of the other maps and POIs in the game, but please let me know in the comments if you guys want to see anything in particular. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.